Let's go grand final time for the virtual drone Grand Prix LAAX in Switzerland for today. And it features two amazing teams. We're talking about X-Blades Racing from the UK and the Japanese team of Raiden Racing, racing it out in the third grand final this year, and they've been in all of the ones before. X-Blades Racing will start off with the unchanged lineup of Min-Chan Kim and Alex Zamora. That's been very successful for them today. Likewise, Raiden have chosen Vincent Mayans and Konstantin Sonnentag to fight the first of the three races between these two teams. Time to race. Grand final starts now. Zamora and Kim against Sonnentag and Mayans. MCK moves up to the front. Zamora takes it from him. Mayans is only 500ths of a second behind him. Sonnentag is in this as well. 0.2 of a second, barely anything in here. Four completely different routes, actually, all the way towards the castle. That's very interesting, Martin. One went really high, one of the X-Blades drones. One went very wide. Raiden kind of sort of followed each other in, but it was still a little bit different. Let's see about their routes through all of this tunnel. I don't think we've had four drones this close at that stage. Underneath, it's still Sonnentag, comfortably sort of looking like he wants to wait his moment to pass everybody else, and he's trying to move up there as we go over that bit through the dive gate on the second lap of this. It's still Sonnentag trying to move it on the inside, and he does! Straight up into the lead. There it comes. MCK grabs it back from him with two hands and pushes. Mayans now in the front. Kim in this. This is absolutely amazing. There's less than 1/10 of a second between all four pilots as we're midway through the second lap and out of the castle. This is going to be the closest finish of the day. Coming up through the LAAX turn here. And I think Sonnentag has missed the gate because his time is absolutely falling to pieces. He has. Oh no, that's so disappointing for him. Kim and Mayans first and second with 11,000ths of a second between them. Zamora's in third, making it a 1 and 3, first and third for X-Blades. And Sonnentag looked like he was heading toward the finish and then had to go back the long way. It's 6-4 to X-Blades. Second race will be Ian Rousseau and Ashton Gamble taking on David Modig and Mark Espunia.
I think it's racing time.
Yeah, I think we're going to go straight into the game. Hold on tight, everyone. So it's a good start. Modig, Espunia, Rousseau and Gamble. 2/10. No, from start to back, and the start is all Raiden. First and second, Raiden. Rousseau hovering around the back of Espunia, who's not too far away from Modig. Gamble hovering around the back of everybody else. That's why we're on view with him now, as we can see how close all these drones are as they make their way through the LAAX tunnel. And coming out of that, now over the starting blocks to start lap number 2, through the Breitling gate, DCL closed air gate, hard right hairpin, through the Torvald gate, under that arch and then down through the dive cube like it wasn't even there. Nobody even blinked. Still Espunia and Modig at the front one way or another. Still Rousseau, and uncharacteristically Ashton Gamble is out of the picture. Rousseau needs to turn this up, take it from both of them, and he's totally capable as we've seen him make great turns like that one. I knew he was up for it as they were coming their way through the castle. I know how tight he can do turns and inverts and split S's like that one. And he made that work, but Modig is right on him here. Running out of time though, Rousseau turns it into a win for X-Blades. 4 more points for them, which were not theirs for most of that race.
World-class performance there by Rousseau, fighting his way back from third to first place.
So this is so exciting, because as you see, it's 11 points to 9 in favour of X-Blades, but it's big heat time, all 8 drones, and this could change it around. 2 points in it going into a big heat, that's nothing. You can absolutely switch that all around with all the points that are available, as we just saw China Dragons do when they grabbed all 10 of them. So here's the last race of today's virtual Drone Grand Prix of LAAX in Switzerland. It's X-Blades, the reigning world champions, against Raiden Racing from Japan, tied with them on points for the World Championship in the season so far. After this race, we'll be at the midway point of 2021. Who is going to be leading? We'll find out very soon. It's Min-Chan Kim and Alex Zamora making their way to the castle on the first lap. Mayans underneath both of them. This is the Mayans we know. Great turns, tight corners and grabbing positions with them as well. Modig's in the fight. Killian Rousseau's in the fight of this as well. Sonnentag's the only one who's a little bit away from everybody else. The others are all within half a second of each other. Starting lap number 2. Mayan's view as he wants to catch that man in front of him, MCK, and he may have just got a glimpse. And his teammate Modig is with him as well. Rousseau's moved up into third and up into second. Zamora has moved up. Raiden have moved backwards. It's now first, second and third for all of these drones of X-Blades. And Ashton Gamble is struggling on this one at the back of things, but Raiden are fighting. Vincent Mines moves up, Modig moves in, Espunia moves up as well, and it's starting to turn the points around. Remember, it's 2 points advantage going into this for X-Blades Racing. If Raiden can come in second, third and fourth, they're going to tie the whole thing up. That's just one example how this could turn out. Torvolgate, not a problem for anybody, and Mines moves to the front where he wants to be, but MCK's got it back from him. There's 1/100th of a second between them. Rousseau's moving, Modig's gone past. Now it's Minchak Kim with Killian Rousseau, Zamora hovering, and Mines moving into this as Modig's had a crash and got all the way to the back. Espunia's not too far behind, but he's running out of time to move up to where Modig was. Sonnentag is still down in 6th. It's going to be between these drones now. MCK fighting the lead with Mines. It could be one or the other at any moment. Last lap through Breitling. The DCL closed their gate, and we hope hairpin turn through Torval, over the ramp and through the dive. Cube again like it isn't even there. Mines, Rousseau, one or the other at the front. Thousandths of a second between them as they're alongside each other. Then Kim, then Zamora. We need Espunia in this fight for Raiden as well. 4 points for Mines is not going to do it by himself. Espunia has to break into that top 4 and more, and he's half a second behind him for doing it right now as we go through the LAAX tunnel. It's still Mines at the front, or is it Rousseau, or is it Kim? It could be any of them for the Red Bull finish gate at the end of the day. Into the gate will fly Konstantin Sonnentag to wrap up the virtual Drone Grand Prix of LAAX with a win for Killian Rousseau. Vincent Mines got second, only a few hundredths of a second behind him. Kim in third and Zamora in fourth, keeping Raiden out of the top 4. Together, those points mean our champions of today are X-Blades Racing. That is a big and important win for the reigning world champions, who would love to have that point on the leaderboard. The big first place still all to themselves. They're used to it being entirely theirs. It's going to be theirs at the end of today. X-Blades Racing 18 points to 12. The race winner and the champions of the whole virtual Drone Grand Prix of today.